Okay, so we've passed the MOT, which is 2 thumbs fresh, so I'm really happy about that. We've got a couple of things that we need to do to make the car more drivable day to day. Starting off with something easy first. So we've got the fuel gauge, which says it's just over half full, but actually it's got a full tank of fuel. So what I need to do is just adjust it. Now I've taken the cowl off, which is got a few screws here and on the top. And then you've got this K-tuned S2000 dash converter. So you've got a little brass screw on the end here. And what you can do is you can make this show more fuel. It needs to show a full tank. I'm going to do that by just screwing in this little variable resistor here. So we'll start with a few turns. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if I turn this off, so I'm just about 3 little blocks away from the bottom. Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm going to go back here. I'm going to screw it in a few more. And it says I'm 1 off the top, so I'm almost there. And then if I just do half turn, not quite, another half turn, so it says I'm full there, so that's just about right. Now if you did any fuel and you knew you didn't, and you wanted to show that, but it was showing on the dash that you had a full tank, you would just unwind that screw. So that's all you need to do. So screw it in to bring that the fuel gauge appearing more, and unscrew it to make it appear less. So it's just a simple variable resistor there. So that's good. So now it says I've got a full tank of fuel. The next thing that I wanted to address is the fact that it seemed to be overheating. But the reason why it was only overheating is because the windscreen was getting fogged up, and when I went to clear it, I noticed that 1, this wasn't set correctly, and 2, my temperature reading was going up. So how I've addressed this, first of all, getting this to work like this. All I've done is, if you come to the engine bay, come to the engine bay here, so if you come round the side, right, and then we're looking down here, you see here what you can do is you can flick off this bit of metal just here. You can pull that out and move a cable where you want it. That happens to be in the right place now, but all you do is you push it to one side, so you put I'll show you inside. All you're going to do is push it to, I can't remember if it's the right or left, but push it to one extremity. Sometimes this thing can be in the wrong position, obviously the thing comes off, but so you put it to, so that's the max, for example. Put the knob in the max position, and then just make sure that you clip the cable back in, and then you'll be able to have the full movement of the basically turning. So if you go into the engine bay now, so that's on, look at the thing I'm moving. So that's on full cold, and that's on full hot, yeah? Okay. You see that? So cold, full cold, hot. Hot. Okay. So just make sure, then just clip that cable bracket in there, and then you'll be able to use it. One of the problems with the car is that it's massively towing in, so the front wheels the front of them are pointing in at each other. So what we need to do is resolve that, and I know the reason why it happened is because I'm using the VT suspension uprights, the hubs, and that's meant that the current outer tie rod ends and inner tie rod ends are just too long. So if they're too long, if you look at the back of it, so if this is too long, this is pushing this out more, pushing the front of the wheel in, meaning that it's towing in a lot. So what I've done is I've bought the VT, the VTEC inner and outer toe arms to be replaced, but I need to take off the steering rack to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take off the outer tie rod end, 22mm on the back here, just get it stable, and then this just holds, the 18 just holds tie rod end, and then that just undoes it enough, so just a little bit, and then that means I can take this whole piece off, because it's going to be easier to get the steering rack out if I don't have the track rod ends on. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So then you can basically just pull this, because steering lock is off. You pull this here, and then underneath here you've got this little goober pliers. Let's pull that out. So then I've got a nut underneath there, 17 I think, and get my impact. That's off like that.
That was easy.
It was. But then just put a couple of turns on first. The fork ball joint separator. It's always brutal because it always naffs the seal, but there you go.
It has naffed it.
Yeah, always does it. At least it's consistent. So you know, always gets them.
Gets them good.
Gets them good. That's what's going to happen. But you see, this was the whole way in. That it's way too long. Okay, it's the whole way in, so it can't be any further in than that. So that meant we always had a problem. So if I just take that off, you can really see that thing is the whole way on there. Okay. And then I'm going to
bin now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So then we're going to detach the column from the rack. So it's got these little clips. There's one off, and there's another one up here. There's the second one, and then it's just basically not on a lot. Put it over there. I'm taking wiring in with it, but yeah, so that's it. So just take out this part here, usefully on behind the carpet, but there you go. And then there's nothing really holding this in there, and yeah, and we can go below and take it out there. This is the steering rack. And see, it's got a 14 here, a 14 there, a 14 here, a 14 there. But the this shifter rod is actually blocking it, so I'm going to have to take out the legendary bitch pin. So you pull this bit of rubber back, obviously, slide this thing off. There you go, one-handed. There you go. So that's that, hold that, and then I've just got this pin here, so I just need to whack that out, and then I'll probably drop this down with the hook spanner 12 to get both these shifters down. This is the 12mm hook spanner I always use, and this will be the punch I'm going to use. You see it pretty much perfectly covers that, and I'll just be able to tap that out. I've moved that, so I can just take that out. There we go, that's out. It's going to be a struggle with one hand, but you just pull it this way and that should come out. And so I'm going to just take the anti-roll bar drop link out with a 13mm bolt underneath there. Taking them both off, I can just get the 12mm off there and the 12mm off there, and just take the anti-roll bar off. And you can just wiggle it out of here, get rid of that. Then got these arms to take down, 14mm. Just pop those 2 bolts out either side. So pop these out, and I have to be a bit careful when remove that, because I could, I guess, undo these and undo that, but I might just be able to get away with just kind of popping it out the way a little bit for now. And then just undone the lambda sensor. I'm going to undo this part of the exhaust, and then I'm going to take the exhaust out from the engine as well, and then I should be able to just take these big 4 big bolts there, and the whole thing should come down. 12 mils are off. Should just be able to pop that out at the bottom. Catch of the day. You always say that, catch of the day. Here you go. Shove the dipstick back in. Right, and then one of the last things I've got to do is come around here, take this bolt out of the engine mount. We'll take that bolt out, the long one that goes through it, out on a 19. I should have a go at just undoing the rear subframe. So Andy went in with the spanner, hook spanner 19. I had this long breaker in there, and then we finished it off with the Milwaukee and with the step. And that's one way of doing it. Step down. So grab that. And then just basically you can push this bolt out and grab it. Have that on there, that on there. And then now I should just be able to take the whole subframe down. Got the front traction bar there. And just need to come in here and undo 17. So I've got this in place. Got the wood in place. I can just tap and the bolt out. So that's that. And then I should be able to just wiggle the suspension arm down. So this is what you should end up with. Have the supported on wood, and make sure the drive shaft is not fully stretched out. Then you go below and take out the big bolts. So this is the point of the whole thing. So go and undo all the bolts. There's one there, there's one there, all 17 mil. That one, and then the equivalent the other side, and just take that down. So I've undone the front 2. Now I've just got the rear 2, and I need to undo it, make sure it doesn't land on me. Put a jack in there, or it's not that heavy. Here's one. Here you go. Just caught up on the exhaust. If I'd have been a bit cleverer, I would have just undone those exhaust clips. There we go. This, mate, is catch of the day. So you see, having that where it was, meant it was never really going to come down, and this was the bolt that wouldn't really undo. That one almost didn't even want to go there. Now this is the steering rack, and well, we can have a go at now trying to flatten these 2 washers. Do you see here? That's what you need to do. So I got this out. Need to drill the fucker. Probably need a new one of these now because that bolt bloody snapped. But anyway, the UJ is out, and then that is out there like that, and go in the box full of all our stuff. And then this should be much more free to come out. We'll give it a go taking the steering rack out of the subframe, and just you can see this is where the little spline goes, where your rack goes. So I think I should just be able to kind of ease it out. There you go. That way and that way. Bingo, it's out. So with the drive-through screwdriver, I got things started going away, and I'm just going to go in with the punch and just flatten those tabs down. When the steering rack was fully depressed, as in the whole way to the bottom, you can just tap down this washer. Just be careful there's no kind of edges sticking up that can stop you turning it round. It's never going to look that pretty, but it is a washer that's disposable. And then you can get a 22mm spanner on there. So hold that with one hand, and then get a 17 at the top. So like I say, 22 on the bottom, 17 on the top here. And just be careful, there we go. And once you're free of any torque on it, you can just undo it really easy. There we have it. It's off. And there's this little washer thing. The whole thing comes off. That's the little disposable washer you have there. There you go, and that's the other washer. So I'll just keep them together. And that's it. And just do the same the other side. So from the start, let's see how quick I can do it. So it's not off. That's off. Then this thing, let's get some pliers on this because this is long gone. There you go. That thing off. Then take the boot off. Okay. Get this little ring off here. Boot off. Like that. So this is just prising down. That's almost done, so just make sure that's completely flat. So that's the whole thing. I've just done the other side. Again, it was just a matter of whacking down this little collar, and this collar actually was very flimsy, and this didn't seem to be done up to torque, so that's pretty scary. So again, I had the on here I had the 22mm on that side, and it just goes on like that, and then I had the 17mm just on this little flat part there. Okay, and then I just undid that. There wasn't much holding it on. Pretty scary. Now 17. There's one. Take off that with a spanner. So this is it, and I'm gonna, I think, just sand it down a bit, get the rust off it, and then give it a bit of hammered black. So I'll show you what it looks like afterwards.